Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com.
Growing relationships.
Growing relationships. That was Jake Johnston back in studio.
Jake John.
Yeah, I'm
Jake
Johnston.
Jake Johnston.
Are you from Lincoln? You from around the surrounding area?
Right surrounding area. I'm a Lincolnite.
So what brings you to Lincoln?
Well, there was a radio show, and I thought, why not? I want to get on the air. I want my voice to be heard.
Especially for the money.
Yeah, and you've been told
Especially
you have
for the money I get
face
paid.
for radio.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we are at Castle Manor today, back in the pool hall.
This is nice.
Pool hall / library.
Very nice.
Didn't realize they could get a swimming pool in this place.
And a red one at that.
A red one.
Yeah. If you want to play some pool.
With lots of balls.
Lots of them.
This is very cool.
It is. It's nice in here. All kinds of books. So if you want to read, you can read. If you want to play pool, you can play pool. A lot going on today, fellas. At about 9:15, 9:20, we'll be talking to Mark Grote. And you know who Mark Grote is.
Hey, he's the guy
He's with
Jake
the
does.
Chicago Cubs.
Oh, I thought it was the guy that sang the national anthem for the Blackhawks.
Keep on
keeping on.
Because, you guys, I know you don't like talking baseball because...
Oh, I like talking baseball.
I'd love to talk baseball.
Do you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Hey, hats off to the Cubs.
Hats off. Speaking of hats off, we do have a new segment in the show.
And the sponsor for this segment
is
Men
Without Hats.
Men's Without Hats.
Yeah.
This was our cameraman's idea. Great idea. So every week we'll be doing a segment of Hats Off. Hats Off segment will consist of, it's a kudos to what's happening in the sports world, seriously or unseriously stuff. It's
Can't take anything we do seriously.
It can be local. It can be nationwide. If you want to give a hats off to somebody, give us a call at 737-3791. We'll have the segment at the bottom of the hour. You can also tweet.
I love the bottom of the hour, how he speaks like a radio personality. Bottom of the hour.
Bottom of the hour. And
we're
taking this thing on a new level, guys. We're gonna
Here's another new level
again.
Boy, have we been at some levels.
we are
going like level 35. It's kind of like Mario Brothers.
Yes. We're going to slay the dragon with a fireball.
Here we go.
We're going to step it up. We're lucky we're even on air today, but our technician Jim figured it all out.
Tell you what, he's in charge of a lot of things, including service calls.
Yes.
Amazing.
Nice job, James. Yeah.
So at about 9:15, we will be talking with Mark Grote of the Chicago Cubs radio broadcast team. We're going to talk Cubs, and it's a good time.
Are we,
to be a Cubs
Jim
fan.
might know. Are we going to be talking about tools you may use to work on a car? Ratchets.
And how we will be using those upside a person's head.
Forcefully or unforcefully, whatever.
We did talk to Mark back in October, I do believe, right before the playoffs started. So didn't turn out the way
playoffs?
Yeah, playoffs.
Playoffs? Do you think you're going to the playoffs this year? Are the Cubs going to the playoffs?
Oh, yeah. Guys, don't you guys. I might as well just do the show by myself because you guys don't even know.
You don't even know.
This is a
we have no
season.
idea about baseball. I mean,
baseball.
You don't even know what baseball.
I'm a hockey fan.
I know you are.
I know there's 7 to 11 people on the field.
That's 7-on-7 football. It's
gotcha.
8-on-8. There's 8-on-8 now.
But you only use 2 linemen, and we're going to do indirect snaps.
Indirect. That was indirectly.
Indirect pun.
Indirectly.
No pun intended.
Pointed at me. Indirectly.
Yeah.
I know this.
You guys are some funny fellas.
Our new mascot's going to be a rabbit.
He missed
Dueling
it.
rabbits.
2 rabbits.
Dueling rabbits.
2 rabbits.
That's awkward.
2 rabbits wrestling.
2 rabbits hanging from a tree.
So
You guys know that song?
no, I don't.
That's awkward.
Yeah, that is weird. Hats off to Joe.
Hats off.
And Joe will be be recording our hats off intro.
Yep.
Intro song.
Yep. I'll get it done, fellas. You know what?
And-
if you're waiting on me, do something else.
Yeah, Jake will be
You know what
playing
I'm saying?
violin in the background.
Oh, How do you play violin?
I don't know.
On the guitar?
On the guitar, yes.
On the guitar?
You just act like it.
Yeah. Just act like it.
You got some. Where are you jumping now?
I don't know. Where are we jumping? Jump up.
Well, I'm gonna jump up and say some random things here, Boris.
Oh boy!
First of all, let's throw out our. I got a trivia question.
Oh, okay. We're going trivia.
We're gonna go ahead and get that all going, so somebody can call in. We got we have a pass for 9 free holes of golf at the indoor simulator at Logan Lanes. So that's, you guys ever done the simulator? It's today is a good day to be out there.
Today's a good day for a simulator.
Joe and I are needing some warm-ups here. We got some
exactly right.
tournaments coming up.
Tournament? Those aren't called tournaments. Those are called get-togethers.
People pay us to be in tournaments.
Yeah. Anyway, just the other day, Max Scherzer of the Washington Nationals struck out 20 hitters. Name the other 3 pitchers that have 20 strikeouts, both National and American League.
I got 2.
3 others. That's pretty easy. If you think about it a little while, Jake, hour and a half or so.
Well, we have 1.
So
2. I've got 2.
The other,
I've got 3 of the 4, but I don't know the 4.
Well, there's 4, including Max Scherzer, who had 20 strikeouts the other night against Detroit Tigers. It's happened to the Detroit Tigers twice within the past.
What is the common denominator between the 3?
Yeah, well, that's a little tougher. But you knew that, but you don't know the 4 pitchers.
Now the record,
I've got a lot of useless knowledge in my brain.
Yes, we've became aware of that.
And
there are 21's the record, but it was done like in 14 innings.
20's the record of regulation.
Yeah.
20 strikeouts is the most.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the phone lines are open, 737-3791, or you know what? You're going to have to call in to earn this. No tweeting today.
Oh,
no tweeting.
Shutting down
I'll tell you what, I told you there are changes going on here.
You know what?
Changes going on.
The government can't shut down Twitter, but Scott can.
I just shut down.
He shut it down.
Well, you can still tweet. You just can't tweet the answer.
Close the front door.
737-3791. Name the other 3 pitchers that have struck out 20 batters in a regulation game. A little hint. One's from the American League. He did it twice.
They're all getting on.
And then the other 2 are from the National League.
So it is. Yeah, it is only 3. So I had him.
Yeah, one guy did it twice. Yeah. So don't overthink it, Jake. Don't hurt yourself.
Well, I thought there was a 4th guy, and I didn't know the 4th.
Well, there are 4.
4 times.
4 times. There's not 4 guys. One guy twice is still only one guy.
There are 4 guys that did it.
Oh.
Max Scherzer.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to.
You know what? And again, as we go to a sidebar, I'm going to tell you about how much time we spend before the show figuring out our questions.
Yeah,
we shoot out to you guys. And
it's not that difficult.
I'm going to tell you what, most of the times you guys could just call in and say anything, and you will win. Because we don't know the answers.
Oh, I know the answer. I'm looking right at it. Jake's shaking his head like ESPN's wrong.
Call in and tell us a color.
Yeah.
Could the color be 12?
Can you name a color that is not a number? We need a color that is not a number.
And
how about 18?
So a yellow 9 does not work. Agent? Hey, I don't know where you got your itinerary going.
You've already got your hat off, so let's go.
My hat's off. That was a hat's off.
That's not even our segment yet, so you need to chill.
No. Pull it, bring that in a little bit.
We are not at the bottom of the hour yet.
We're asking for some of you out there that are listening to us that can give us some more information on us to call, if you would. But talked to Richie Singleton today, and he let me know that Dylan will be at the state track meet today. He's going to go for the hurdles. He's in the state finals for the hurdles.
Wow.
That's going on right now, I believe, 9:15 or so. But there's a lot of kids, and I don't want to say some names here, but I know I'm leaving some kids out. But WLB has Joe Dalpas, Justin Long, and Caden Froby. I know Cam Whiteman's over there, Drayden Posgay, Adrian Tiffany, Emily Paulus. Carol's got Nathan Ladage over there, Diane Tomzak. Isaiah Wahab, Caden Stewart, Andrew Grau. There's a bunch of them going over there. Coach Newhouse, Coach Chris Scholl helping out at Carroll. We can't forget the great Coach Chachi, Chris Ciascio. I know helped out with the track for a long time. So if you have some information on what's going on over there, give us a call or text us if you have our number. Just let us know. Keep us updated. Maybe next week we'll have all those results on there and let you know what happened. But I know that's going on this morning. There you go.
Something else going on this morning in this cold weather. Today is the senior day for the high school baseball team. They're going to host Olympia. First pitch scheduled at about 10:30. They're going to have some pregame ceremonies for the seniors. Aaron Hopp, Ryan Thomas, Ben Steiner, Garrett Isles, KJ Fry, Carter Brown, Cooper Hake, Jacob Woods, and Derek Jacobs. So senior day out at the baseball fields here in Lincoln.
Yeah, you'd like it to be a nice day for it, and it's cold and windy. Woo.
Yeah.
I wonder which way that wind's blowing out there. We're going to see some home runs.
I don't know. Are we? Northwest. Jim says northwest.
It's going out to the left.
I was going to say, blowing out to the left? No.
Are you sure?
No.
No.
What's it in their face?
Yeah.
That's
No.
It's
No, it's blowing out. It's blowing out.
We didn't go through that before the
Northwest.
show either. We're not weathermen, and we've never claimed to be.
Yeah, it's blowing.
That's one thing you've never heard us say is that we're
it's
weathermen.
blowing out to dead right.
Yeah.
Let's just guess a field and see who's right.
Dead right.
Dead right.
Dead wrong. Well, hey, let's take a commercial break. We come back. We're going to get Mark Grote on the phone lines, and we're going to talk about the Chicago Cubs. Hot start. Is there room for improvement? Can they keep it going?
That's what we're going to talk about?
What else?
Are you asking that?
We're not going to talk about fluffy bunnies.
You want to talk?
I like the bunnies.
Are there any other type?
Well,
Well,
no.
sometimes there's dueling bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Like dueling pianos.
and rabbits.
Yeah, all right. Let's take a commercial break. We come back. We'll have Mark Grote on there with us, so stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats 96.3. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We are at the Castle Manor, little Pearl Jam, and that's only fitting because on the lines right now is a huge Pearl Jam fan, I hear. Mark Grote with the Chicago Cubs broadcast team. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. Yeah, no, I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan. I'm actually sitting at Wrigley Field right now where Pearl Jam will be performing in August. Of course, that means that the Cubs are on the road, which means that I will be starting to feel sick around then and have to get left off the team charter. And I will be stuck here at Wrigley Field and watching two shows with Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam, the boys, here in August.
And you had the opportunity last year to meet Eddie Vedder on the Cubs' big run. He attended a lot of the games. So what kind of guy is old Eddie Vedder?
Eddie's a good dude, and actually, I call him Ed now.
There you go. Hey, what do you call Jim?
If you don't mind, yeah.
Hey, what do you call Jim Ash?
I was going to say, what do you call Jim?
something that rhymes with axe.
Well, we know what he calls you, so that was a good hello. So,
yeah.
Mark,
I love Jim Ash.
Well, we all do.
He's a good man and a true radio professional.
He's listening.
You just can't hear
What's that?
He can hear you. Don't say nice things.
Yeah,
Well, he knows it's a lie.
Here's the way I roll. I like to rip people behind their backs, so I'm a little vindictive like that. So when I get off the phone, then I'll say the real stuff to you guys about old.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, before we talk to about the Cubs, Mark, we have a furniture guy here, and he sells a lot of mattresses. We want to know how is the ghost bed?
Well, first of all, thank you for asking. I do appreciate that. Ghost Bed has been a wonderful addition to my life. Before Ghost Bed, I was sleeping maybe 4 or 5 hours a night. Now, guys, I'm sleeping 9 to 10 hours a night. So
there you go.
Well, we just had to do that little plug.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Why the hell did we have this guy on?
Well, maybe you should start selling the ghost bed, Jake.
No, I prefer the product that I sell.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just check.
Well, on a serious note, Mark, the Cubs off to a hot start, and some say it's a historic start. So, I mean,
It's hard on the radio.
it is, you know, you're trying to. We get two bozos like you on the side, you know, you got to have your A game. So, you know, the Cubs off to a hot start. Some say historic start, looking back over the years of, you know, their overall record compared to teams in the past. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, 26-8 as we sit here today, and here's what's impressive to me about it, because the impressive part is that the Cubs were built up so mightily during the off season with all the prognostications. Everybody picked them to go to the World Series, at the very least win the division, to run away with it, and then to have the start, and to, relatively speaking, well, actually beyond it, to live up to the expectations early on, at least, I think is impressive, because I actually thought they were going to have a slow start to the season just because of all the predictions and maybe a little bit of, you know, feeling themselves from what they accomplished last year, and then even having had sort of a sluggish start to the season last year where they didn't figure it out until the second half of the season. So it's impressive, but, you know, it is May, so it's ridiculous to think that they would stay on this type of run the whole way through, and it's crazy to think that the season is over too, because it's May. It's a ridiculously good start, in some ways historic, obviously historic from a Cubs perspective, but there's a long way to go to the season.
Right, and losing Schwarber right from the get-go, Soler's kind of in a slump, Hayward's not hitting yet. Is this team at its, I don't want to say peak, but is there room for improvement for this team? And if there is, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, you hit on a couple of them. I mean, it's funny how the Kyle Schwarber injury from the beginning of the season, I believe it was in Arizona, and at this point, nobody really thinks about it. There hasn't been, you know, there's been some games where you can say there's been a Schwarber effect. You know, maybe the second game of the doubleheader against San Diego the other day where they didn't score a single run. You would have liked to have had that bat in there, but for the most part, they have survived just fine without Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, you mentioned Jason Hayward. He's still figured out. He hit the ball hard a few times yesterday, as did Jorge Soler. Has been a little bit inconsistent. So, you know, those guys will figure it out. And the thing is that eventually all these guys, because during the baseball season, you guys know everybody eventually goes through some sort of prolonged slump. So, you know, as soon as Jason Hayward gets hot, then maybe that's when Dexter Fowler goes on his 2 for 18, or whomever, you know, Ben Zobrist or Chris Bryant. Any of those guys could potentially end up going on a slump at some point in time. But yeah, I mean, there's things here and there that could get better, and you know, on a daily basis, you never know what might pop up in terms of what needs to be improved.
And that's what Madden does. He's good at putting lineups together. So basically, Soler, he's got a long leash, because you look at Tommy La Stella coming off the bench. He's had several games where he's just crushing the ball. He's come in and had some big hits, where it seems to me like Joe's out there trying to get Soler into a groove, giving him every opportunity there is just to try to get his swing on track.
Well, it's a complicated situation with Jorge Soler, because they do want to get him on track, because they still believe that the ceiling could be high for Jorge Soler. Here's why it's complicated, though, is because the Cubs are about, this year, as part of the Cubs' plan, is about winning the World Series, getting to the World Series, going deep into the playoffs, whereas they're not into developing players at the major league level. Last year they were. They developed Chris Bryant at the major league level. They developed Kyle Schwarber. They developed Addison Russell. They allowed for all of that last year. That's not what they're doing this year, so it does complicate things, and I keep telling Cubs fans that are, you know, down on Jorge Soler that, look, if Jorge Soler eventually is a problem in this lineup, Joe Madden, as we've seen in the past, is not afraid to take a guy out of the lineup and sit him down. He's not afraid to hurt feelings, but it's early enough in the season still where you can still experiment to some degree and still try to find out what you have in Jorge Soler. But if this keeps up, if we're talking about a Jorge Soler slump in July as well, you're not going to see him in the lineup a whole lot.
Well, Mark, one of the best signings, a late signing, Dexter Fowler. He signs on with the Cubs late into spring training. He's just been on fire. His on-base percentage is way up there, and he's just kind of the catalyst to this team. What do they say? He goes, we go.
Yeah. So Joe Madden still says that to him every time he goes up to the plate. You go, we go, and that has been working out perfectly so far this year. I mean, that's a motivated man. Let's face it, he didn't get what he wanted to get in free agency. That's part of why he's with the Cubs. There were some things about the Baltimore deal that apparently he did not like. He obviously didn't have a whole lot of offers from other teams in terms of what he wanted. So, in a way, he settled for the Cubs. Not that he didn't want to be here, and he has a great relationship with all the players here, but I think he's motivated by that. And with Cardinals, too, is that he did get a little bit bigger and stronger during the offseason, and I never know how seriously to take that kind of stuff, because we see it in all sports with all athletes, whether they put on the proverbial 15 pounds of muscle or take off the weight, and I never know if it actually correlates to performance on the field. But I think in this case, with Dexter Fowler, the way he's been crushing the ball, lots of doubles and extra base hits in general for Dexter Fowler this year, I think that there has been some effect with it, and now the hope is to keep it consistent for the rest of the season.
I tell you, what's been impressive for me so far this season on the Cubs side, and I have watched a little bit of Cubs baseball, is the starting pitching has just basically given the bullpen a night off. I mean, you guys are keeping your bullpen very well rested. That was my concern for you guys for this season, was going to be the bullpen. If they got worked, how are they going to react? This starting pitching you guys have has really kept them fresh and keeping you guys well into the games, even if you didn't have a good offensive game.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think you knew what you were going to get from Jake Arrieta and John Lester, aces 1 and 2 basically, but you didn't know that Jason Hamill necessarily was going to be 5-0 with a 1.77 ERA is where he stands right now. Kyle Hendricks, it seems like, is starting to figure some things out. John Lackey was excellent in his last start. He's been a little bit inconsistent so far this year, Lackey, but he's figured it out, and he's just such a killer competitor. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, as far as the bullpen is concerned, especially earlier in the season when they were not using the bullpen at all, I mean, Joe Madden had the quote, luxury of bringing guys in from the bullpen just because they needed work, just because they needed to throw a little bit, and, they're going to do all that sort of maintenance on the side as well, but they needed to get into games. I mean, Hector Rondon had barely played at all for a while. Obviously when you win, you don't need your closer out there, but, there's been so many times, too, where the Cubs have had a 5+ run lead in the 9th inning. It's Travis Wood, come on down. Ramirez, come on down.
And how important is that going to be when you get in the dog days of summer playing all those day games and your bullpen's still all fresh because they haven't overpitched it early in the year?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be big. I mean, as Joe Madden always says, the most difficult part of his job on a daily basis is managing a bullpen, because really, I mean, he could apply his quote to that as they go, we go, and that's the same with any major league team. If your bullpen sucks, you're going to look bad as a manager, and if it's good, you got a pretty good chance of looking good. So, yeah, I mean, bullpen is just going to be so crucial down the stretch, and you don't expect that guys, the starters, are going to be able to go maybe as deep as that they have gone to start the season, especially in the name of protecting the arms, which they want to do. They don't want Jake Arrieta to be tired like he was last year in the postseason.
Well, Mark, as a Cardinal fan, I know we've had meetings with some of the big brass over in St. Louis. We were just trying to figure out ways and things we could do to help the Cubs get back in and be like they are today. Are there any players on our team that you guys need that we could kind of maybe get over that way to help you guys out? Are there any Cardinal players you guys
we just
could
took
use?
2 of them, so
that's what I mean. We're trying to help.
Well, we appreciate it.
Is there anybody else we could ship over that direction for you guys?
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, the question is what Cardinals fans would want in exchange.
I don't see anybody on that team that we need right now, so I think we're pretty much set.
Well, quit with yourself.
So you're willing to just
you would bypass Yadier Molina.
Just to donate players to the Cubs?
That's what we're thinking.
We'd really like to see them win.
We just want draft picks.
Have their time.
Mark, I have to deal with this nonsense day in, day out, and now that the Cubs are, doing good, they don't even want to talk baseball anymore. So, I appreciate you taking time to call us, and
Well, before he runs off, tell us what you think of your crosstown rivals, because they're off to a great start too.
Yeah,
we have some White Sox fans around here.
Yeah, no, they've been really good. I mean, Chris Sale with a complete game last night. Jose Quintana is really blossoming into a truly good pitcher. I mean, I think everybody's always kind of known that, but there's nothing fancy about him. He's not throwing 99 out there, so people sort of forget about Jose Quintana. And then the big thing with the White Sox this year is it's actually fun to watch them play defense, whereas any White Sox fans know that defense has been kind of an excruciating topic in previous years. So there is some legitimacy to them, because sometimes you look at a fast start for Major League team, you say, they're going to come back down to earth. And I think to some degree that might happen with the White Sox. But, with the addition of Brett Laurie as well, and Matt Latos, who's had a pretty good start as well, they've got some things going on. And, the thing, too, is we're talking about how bad the National League is right now, and that's going to help the Cubs. The American League is not exactly killing it either. I mean, I think the American League is better than the National League, but, they played a lousy Yankees team last night, whereas, past years you go to the Bronx and it's always scary. It doesn't even feel that way anymore. So, the Cubs and Sox, it's going to be fun in July when these two teams go head-to-head for four games in a week.
It'd be a fun October when it was Sox-Cubs.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if we can handle it. That's just honestly, it'd be fun, but I think that Cubs-Sox games really just stress everybody out now, because it's so important for the respective fans that their team wins, that it's almost not fun. It's just stressful.
Stressful.
The last thing we need is stress.
That's a good thing to have when you're stressed out about winning. So it's
I guess so. I guess those are rich people problems, right?
It's kind of like the pressure we have from our boss over here sitting behind us, Jim Ash. The stress he puts on us for this show.
Jim Ash, wait, hold on a second. Jim Ash is the boss?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. He knows he is too. He's a boss.
He just sits there and laughs at you. If you suggest something, he just laughs at you. So
I hear him.
That's a no.
Cackling in the background there.
Cackling like a hen back there, isn't he?
Well, Mark, thanks for taking some time to talk with us. I know you got a pregame to get ready, and a big Cubs game today at Wrigley against the Buccos. We've been doing pretty well against the Bucs. Swept them about a week or so ago and beat them yesterday 9-4. It's nice to see the Cubs back on track. They did lose the doubleheader. It's the first time they lost 2 games in a row. It's nice to see them come out yesterday and put some runs on the board.
Yeah, I hate to say that when a team is 26-8 that there was an important win, but I thought that relatively speaking, yesterday was kind of an important victory, because you don't want. It sucked losing 2 to a team like San Diego, really, but you didn't want that to carry into losing. You want to keep your edge, as you said correctly. They had such a nice little edge over the Pirates, not 4-0 against this team, and they got Jake Arrieta going today. So
and how much fun is that?
Yeah, that's
Arrieta's fun to watch right now. I mean, I don't care what team you're a fan of. He's fun to watch right now.
And speaking of Arrieta, are they going to get him signed? And tell Theo if he needs help signing him, Jim Ash has the checkbook ready, so he'll pitch in.
Jim Ash is like gangster boss, man. He just comes up with cash. He's got a briefcase full of cash. I know how he rolls.
Yeah, he makes it rain.
Day, man. Oh yeah, dude. When we worked at WVAX in Lincoln, Illinois, man, he'd just come in all tired out from the night before, doing whatever it was that Jim Ash did.
What was he doing?
He's very
talk about that on the air.
He's very sneaky.
But as far as the contract is concerned, I think that here's what I think. I think Arrieta would love it if Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer would come up to him and sit him down and give him some sort of really fair, really big, really lucrative long-term deal and do it now, because he really wants to stay here. However, he's not accepting any kind of hometown discount. He wants maximum money. He wants fair market value, which he's completely entitled to. On the other hand, I talked to Theo Epstein recently, and he said, look, he's not a free agent until after 2017, so we're not going to go crazy sitting down with him right now. Now, things can change. You never know what really moves people in these kind of negotiations. But the way it sounds to me is Jake Arrieta could very well go to free agency.
Well, the Strasburg signing doesn't help the Cubs any either, what he just signed and how they're going about it. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to compare him to... I was going to say you'd have to compare him with Price and,
Yeah, I think Price is the one that kind of sets the precedent, not so much Strasburg as it pertains to Arrieta, because Price is the same age and he has Hunter Mildo. And, Strasburg is 26 years old, so that changes things a little bit. I mean, Arrieta's going to be 31 when he goes to free agency, and he is one of those guys that maybe one of those rare cases of a guy who gets stronger as he goes along. Well, clearly he has, so there's no reason to think that he's going to crumble.
All right, Mark, we'll let you get on going, whatever you do on pregame. Hanging
Whatever
out.
you got going on.
I mean, it must be rough just to hang around Wrigley all day and, hang out with the team. So
yeah, it's pretty tough when you're
tough gig.
When your office is Wrigley Field and a bunch of other stadiums around the National League and occasionally the American League too. So yeah, not complaining. Hashtag blessed, I suppose. But this made my day getting to talk to you guys and the great and powerful Jim Ash as well.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, he's nice.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Wait, he running him off?
They do that crap all the time.
Jim Ash, I'll wrap his head in a ratchet for him.
Those are not your exact words. All right, Mark. Thanks for sitting in with us today, and good luck today as the Cubs take on the Buccos. Is it a 120 game?
Yeah, 120 game. If you care about my pregame show, it's on at 12:45 on.
All right.
Oh, we care. Listen to it all the time. Do a great job.
I appreciate that. Thanks,
all right.
guys.
Tell Pat and Ron we said hello, and maybe we can get them on sometime. I mean, not that you're not a great, guest.
Boy, he stepped right over you there, didn't he? Holy cow!
I'd want the superstars on.
Pat Hughes is a future Hall of Famer. Yeah.
All good. We'll get you. We can hook you up with
Mark Grote's a future Hall of Famer.
Well,
Come on.
is, but he's young. He's going to take
you up and
now.
cover. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Quit making him mad now.
All right, Mark. I'll let you go before we make you mad. So have a good day, buddy.
All right. Say hi to Lincoln, Illinois, and Atlanta for me. Love that part of the state. Had a lot of great years there, and you guys have a great day.
All right, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
That's Mark Grote, the Chicago Cubs pre-game, post-game host in the Chicago Cubs broadcast team with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer. I know you don't care, Jake, but
I care.
That's very cool. Very cool.
I've told you before, I love baseball. So I mean, and if I can't watch a Cardinals game, I'm watching a Cubs game. I mean, as long as some kind of baseball's on, I'm good.
You're a baseball guru.
I enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
You do enjoy it. You also enjoy moving rock and doing landscaping, but that's another story. Let's take a commercial break.
He likes being paid.
And
I like being paid.
He does. Let's take a commercial break. We come back. We'll wrap up this show, maybe with some more baseball talk. I know you're a big NBA fan, Joe, so we'll get your knowledge there. So stay tuned here in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. I know this song, Jim. Think I live under a rock? I'm hip on the music industry.
We talked about this rock earlier.
We did. Well,
Got to move it.
we got to move the rock in order to
live under a rock.
Yes. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM, and on the line right now with us is Josh Komnick,
Another legend.
another Lincoln legend. Good morning, Josh.
Hey, boys, how's it going? I don't really have anything much to say, except I just wanted to be the next caller after Mark Grote. How in the world did you guys get a hold of him
Hey,
to talk to you three stooges?
Long-time friend of the show.
apparently you haven't been around us very long. We've got a lineup set.
He's a regular.
Yeah, he is
I
a
guess
regular.
not. Yeah, I am thoroughly impressed with the Cubs guru getting on there this morning. So that's the only thing I had really to say was I just want to be the next guy, Grote.
Oh well, hey, do you know the four pitchers who had 20 strikeouts in a game regular season? I'll give you a pass to do some free golfing.
No, I don't. I know, of course, one was Kerry Wood. I want to say the other one would be Nolan Ryan.
Wrong.
Good name, though.
Yeah,
Keep going.
We're going to help you out.
Two more. I just want to say.
One of them hit a pigeon.
That's right.
Randy Johnston.
Okay, and the other one, we think he might have been on roids, and he did it twice.
Sosa.
Yeah, Clemens. Hey,
Clemens.
congratulations, winner.
Nice job. Winner.
Thank you.
Chicken dinner. Hey, you got some 8 and under heat baseball going on today?
Yeah, we're actually just getting ready to get the nets out and get batting practice going here about 10 o'clock. We got a game at 11 out at the rec center. Double dip with the Warriors from Mackinac, D-Mac. So we're a little chilly, but we'll fight on.
It's going to be cold out there today.
Yes, it is.
Is the wind blowing out? We've been talking about that. The wind blowing out there today at the
Which
rec?
way's the wind blowing?
If you're playing varsity baseball today, where's the wind blowing?
Yeah, the wind's blowing out at our field. It looks like the rec's going to have a little bit or the high school is going to have a little right center action. So if you're
Close.
A lefty might get one out today.
Jake guessed dead right. So
get that. Jake just hammers down and goes to right field. He's dead pull, so he might have a chance today.
He's not getting one out. We could put him at second base. He might hit one out. He hit one out from second base, Jake? Hey, they can't see you. You got to talk and say something smart.
You can't just look at us stupid. You got to say something stupid.
I'm almost willing to bet I could still put one out 400.
Oh my gosh!
Without hurting yourself, like pulling a hand.
Well, I'm not going to guarantee.
How about if
that.
Comnick pitches to you?
Yeah.
Can you take one out?
Josh, your arm not feeling too good? Because if it's not, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm on the bump today.
You're pitching today?
Our normal coach that pitches is his other son's playing, so I've got to go get the wing loose here just a little bit.
My worries are that I know your competitive nature.
Yeah, you can.
And you never, in my mind, you will never let your sons beat you. So I have a feeling you're not going to let them hit you as well.
Well, if I don't, then we don't score. I've got to let my guys hit because that means we don't score.
But what about your kids? Your kid in particular?
Well, if he gets it up at me, he's going to get one back at the ear.
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
that's what I wanted to hear.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. If you don't let those kids get a hit, Vanessa's coming out of the stand, so I'd say you may as well
it's
just...
kind of like the old slow pitch softball.
That's
the middle's
right.
open. You weren't supposed to hit it back at the pitcher, but if it does, then the middle's open. Now the next team's coming back at you. It's kind of my philosophy that day. Hey, if you're going to hit it back at me, you're going to catch one back in the helmet.
Your wife would rush the mound, I guarantee that.
Vanessa will take care of you later.
All right. Well, hey, I just wanted to let you know Grote on every Saturday is a huge help to your.
Well, I don't think it's going to be every Saturday, but we're trying to get the big
Every
dogs
once in a while.
We'll get Pat Hughes on next week. So
Mike Shannon's coming, going to stop by or something. I don't know. I've heard rumors.
I think Tom Ricketts is going to swing by. So
Yeah,
Dusty Baker.
I knew you had some pull, but that was nice to hear. And I remember Mark being here. I think just a little before I was suited up for the Railers, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
that was 45 years ago.
Yeah, it is. It's like that anymore. But a great guy, and you got to talk about. We listened to him. I listened to him before almost every game, and then after every game, and the guy knows his stuff. So.
Yeah, he does, and he goes about it a fun way. You know, it's not just a little. So yeah, he's a good dude. All right, Josh, we'll get that arm loosened up, and if they're crowding the plate, you got to brush them back, buddy. You got to get them off that plate.
Oh, I will. I got my slider going today.
That means you'll be in the ER tonight.
That's exactly right.
All right, Josh, have a good day, buddy.
Hey guys.
Yep.
See ya.
That's Josh Comnick out on the old baseball diamond, ready to throw some pitches and 45-mile-an-hour winds and 20 degrees.
What a luxury to have such a good baseball player from his day as a coach for Heat.
Oh, absolutely.
And we got a few of them.
And now,
Chuck Miller and him.
the season debut of Hats Off, brought
we
to
got
you by
Minute Work.
Joe Ryan, Country Financial.
What the hell?
You can dance if you want to.
This Joe Ryan?
You gonna sing?
I guess nothing.
And our first Hats Off goes to Matt Bush. 12 years after he was drafted by his hometown San Diego Padres, 30-year-old Matt Bush finally reached the majors yesterday when the Texas Rangers promoted him from the Double-A Frisco Rough Riders. Where was Bush before that, you ask? Prison.
Ooh. No, that is what I wondered.
Yep. He was the number one pick in 2004 draft, served more than 3 years of a 51-month sentence for driving under the influence and causing serious serious bodily injury
He was a high
in
draft pick,
2012 in Florida.
He
Wow.
Was,
So
I did not know that.
Our first hats off goes to Matt Bush. You can dance if you want to, but don't get behind the wheel and drive if you're drunk.
Exactly right. Less to be learned.
That kid had some issues. I mean, it was a little more
Imagine he
raw
still
than that.
does.
And he had a good outing. You know, he had a good.
I tell you what, you're one of the biggest busts as a draft pick there had been, just because his upside. They thought he was going to be a perennial all-star, when he was drafted, and let the money get to his head right off the bat, and went down south, and now he's making a comeback. So
there you go.
Good for him. Good for him. He would be maybe a good spokesman for drinking and driving.
He really looks like he's got it turned around. So
our next hats off, sponsored by Lloyd Kirby Web Design and Theatrical Experiences.
Theatrical experiences. Holy cow.
Hats off to Kay Felder. Who's Kay Felder, you ask?
Who's Kay Felder?
Thank you. Felder was the shortest player at this week's NBA Combine at 5'8". You know what he did? He recorded what's believed to be the second highest vertical leap of any player in the Combine history at 44 inches. So,
Is he from Lincoln?
So this guy's 5'8", and he jumps 44 inches. What's the overall height?
That's at least 2 feet.
I was just going to say, and this kid's from Lincoln?
No. Why would he be from Lincoln at an NBA Combine? No.
That's funny.
Are you going to answer the question?
I don't know the question. What was the question?
Kay Felder's 5'8", and he jumped 44 inches. What's the overall height of distance?
Boy, I don't know. He's 10 feet.
no, 6.
Oh, we've even got some good music.
Lloyd Kirby.
9 feet 4 inches.
Exactly. That's where I'm getting at.
I don't know
How
that
many
answer.
inches?
I have no idea.
Oh, I went 9 feet
I'm not
4
even going to try to think about it. It would hurt. Oh, look at you like you're a smart guy.
How about
How many nickels in
How
a dollar
about
five?
112 inches? Bam.
Plus his arm, though.
Plus arm. It's like he's saying you're not.
This is 5'8",
You don't use your arms to jump.
You don't?
but when they measure
Do
it,
you just see people jump up like this and just with their hands down?
It's 44 from the feet
I'll
to
tell
the
you
floor.
what, yeah.
What did I say?
What does that mean? That's a,
I said 9 feet 4 inches.
what's the one show you have on, Jim, that's called Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
right.
What time is it? Okay, we got 4
Our
minutes.
next.
Our next hats off goes to, sponsored by Jake's Furnishings, where you can go in and make it your own.
All right. Or lay in a bed or couch and think it's your own.
And he's not a big fan of the ghost bed, we
No,
found out.
no.
No. I mean, why do you want a bed that you can't get a warranty taken care of?
How many beds come back on warranty? That's a good question.
Okay, our third and final hats off of the day is
This thing is 2 feet big.
the Rally Cat, and we got
What happened?
Raj over there. In 2011, Cardinal fans couldn't get enough of the Rally Squirrel, an adopted mascot and good luck symbol for the team as it captured its 11th World Series title.
Tighter. I hope that doesn't come up again.
But a critter of another type stuck it to the Redbirds on Thursday when the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim rallied to take the lead against Cardinals ace Adam Wainwright. Oh, yeehaw.
With the Rally Cat.
And play was halted briefly due to a cat scampering onto the field.
Fact.
It's heavy.
I love cats now.
The Cardinals still won the game.
Well,
Do we have another hats off?
Oh, darn.
and, well,
Go ahead.
I've got a hats off.
Yeah.
Here's one. I love it.
hats off.
Here's the hats off for you.
Sponsored by.
Sponsored by the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh boy.
Do you know who just got put into their Ring of Fame? They're going to put his name up at the
Neil
stadium.
Lomax.
No, but he's got to be coming soon. The first original two-way starter in the NFL, and everybody thinks it's Deion Sanders. Everybody wants to talk about Deion. The first original two-way starter
Leon.
played for the St. Louis Cardinals, and his name was Roy Jetstream Green.
Brian Jordan.
Roy Green.
Jetstream Green, baby. Look him up. Watch some highlights of him. They're going to put him in the Ring of Fame. He had all the Cardinal records receiving until
and the Ring of Fire.
our main man
Yeah.
came in. He's going to be in the Ring of Fire. He may sing, but the guy used to average 100 plays a game. Tell me what NFL player is doing that. John Madden said at one time he was the greatest player in the NFL. You guys don't even know who he is.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Well, hats off.
Hats off to Roy Jetstream Green.
Good first hats off, Joe.
He's in the Ring of Fire.
And
Jake, do you have a hats off?
I got nothing. I had no idea we were doing this thing.
Good job coming prepared.
We didn't talk about it at the meeting.
We had an hour-long meeting.
A breakfast meeting that we don't
Had
know anything
nothing.
about. Okay, and I did receive word back from Richie Singleton. He's the only response in. Dylan Singleton placed 5th in the hurdles, so he got 5th in the state today. 17-2. Said he had trouble getting out of the blocks, but the first place was 16-7, and he finished in 17-2. So really not that far off the pace.
So hats off
Nice.
to.
Hats off to Dylan Singleton. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. We didn't get that in. He was slow with it.
There you go.
I think Jim's bored with it already.
He's bored with it. We don't even know if we had fish today, so we didn't hear anything about having any fish today either. So
No, but it's terrific fish.
Wow.
You know, my hats off goes to all the local seniors of Lincoln Community High School who finished their high school career the other day and will be graduating next Saturday. Hopefully they all had a good 4 years at Roy S. Lincoln Community High School. So my hat's off to all the seniors graduating.
you know, hats off to the seniors. A bunch of good kids. We got to know all those kids from coaching.
A lot of good kids. They had a terrific coach this year.
Wow, that's terrific bass.
He's funny, isn't he?
He's hilarious. I don't know how he doesn't do stand-up comedy. I mean,
Funny
I
man.
cracked myself
I'll
up.
tell you what.
he does. He just sits around and laughs at himself all day. Well, Jake, it was
I also move rock.
Yeah, it was great having
Rock
you
mover.
back. It was great having you back.
Yep.
You know, I know you still got a lot of work to do in the fields.
Yeah.
This rain is no
this
good.
rain is not helping. Hopefully, good Lord willing, I'll be out there and finishing up beans next week, but we'll see.
Joe, as always, we appreciate your appearance.
I know.
Not your overall appearance.
I cleaned up.
Just your appearance,
Losing weight.
showing up.
Also made for radio.
Yes, absolutely.
Lloyd, thanks for contributing today. Go home and get your nap. You got a long day ahead of you. You got some music stuff going on.
Yes.
Beatles and the Who? Not the Who? Monkeys.
Who's on first?
The Monkeys and the Beatles at Illinois Community Central College University.
He had trouble getting that rolled right out.
Something like that. It's in Peoria somewhere, so. What do you say?
Whatever.
It's hard on a host.
I can't hear you. Got headphones on, dude. Oh. All right. Well, thanks for Jim. Thanks to Hampton Inn, as always, for providing coffee, donuts, pastries,
all the good stuff.
delicious sausage rounds. Next week we will be at
Where will it be?
Logan County Fair, Jim says.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Would also like to thank the Castle Manor today, supported living in Lincoln. All incomes are welcome and committed to supporting and maintaining the dignity, respect, independence of every resident. To schedule your private consultation and tour, please phone 217-737-2310. Castle Manor Supported Living in Lincoln, located at 1550 Castle Manor Drive.
Talked right through that.
All right.
That was a good day.